What's up, everyone, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 30 of Girl You Know What podcast. I am Danielle.
And I'm Keisha.
And we have
I sound like a man today.
Come on, bass. Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, first of all...
That's what happens when you old and you wake up early.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We're old and we woke up early, so it is what it is. They just going to have to deal. This is real life.
I mean, you better not... We are at the age where you better not have one drink.
No.
Before you go to bed. Because you're going to sound like Barry White in the morning.
Basically.
And it's going to take some time for you to get your bearings, as the old folks would say.
Yes.
I had to get my bearings.
Child, we ain't gonna get our voices back until like about noon, honey. And it's gonna be yeah. If that, you know what I mean.
I woke up like, I sound a little deep. What's the tease?
Ronnie probably looked over like, what the hell?
Because I ain't even said too many words. He probably the culprit. Because I woke up at 2 o'clock in the... First of all, we are also at the age where you can't go to sleep too early.
Right.
Because you're going to wake up in the middle of the night.
Girl, that's me during the week.
What happened to me. Mm-hmm. So I was up till, let's see, I woke up about 1 o'clock in the morning. So that tells you how early I went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed up until 5.
Yeah.
Till he left to go to work.
Oh, okay.
So I was delirious.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to sleep and I had to make sure I was up one time. So that's why I sound like a truck driver.
I can't stand you.
I need to stop. Okay.
Oh gosh. Okay. So,
oh my God, help us.
It is what it is. We are who we are. You know, you gotta love us. So
episode 30. What season is it?
4, girl. We're still on season 4, so we are pushing it right along. We're doing better than I thought. You know, I thought that we were going to be taking breaks, and we took we said we were going to do. If we needed to take a week off, we were going to do it.
Yeah, but we got to be committed when we're supposed to be committed.
Exactly. Yeah, and especially with your cousins out here acting up, we got a jam-packed show.
My God, because y'all don't want us to take 1 week off.
No. So let's start out with some reality TV news. So. Real Housewives of Potomac. That's the only Housewives series that I still watch. I did start watching a little bit of New York. I'm not going to lie, because since they redid their cast,
because they revamped. And
yeah, completely.
I was kind of watching the first 2 weeks,
and
it was like, it's getting boring again. Okay.
Yeah. It's like I'll catch it. Like if I catch it, that's when I'll watch it. And it's usually like the rerun throughout the week or something. And I'll watch a little bit of it.
But Peacock, and I need to start kind of, going in there but it just don't be worth it. The only thing that's worth it for me is Potomac.
Yeah.
And Married to Medicine. Honestly.
That's it. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because both shows released their trailers.
Yes, girl. And
there have been, of course, some news that has come out about, people in the cast. Of course, that always happens. It happens throughout the year, even when they're not filming. But, especially when it's getting ready to start back up, that's when we got to get the drama going, So first, Mia Thornton, who is a hot mess, she and her husband, G, Greg, it was his name Greg, or what's his real name? I can't ever remember.
I don't know.
Okay, G, we'll just call him G, because that's what she calls him.
That's what G.
Yeah. So,
is his name Gordon?
Gordon, there you go. I knew it was like an older name, yeah.
Older.
Yeah. Child. So,
Gordon was an older name.
Yeah. Greg was too cool for him. Even though I like G. Something about him I like, but something about him.
I like him too.
Yeah, something about him I just like. But so they're separated. And which I don't think people are really shocked about. And now he's going to social media now. And he's talking about how that he feels that she has been cheating on him. I'm like, duh. But okay. Okay. He also believes that she only married him for his money.
You met her in a gentleman's club.
Took her right out the strip club. Gentleman's club, sorry.
I mean, so I don't know what. So see, this is like one of those things to me when a black kid goes to a PWI,
Mhm.
and then they're like, they were racist to me. It's like, I don't know what the fuck you want us to say.
Right.
I don't really know what we're supposed to say in those
Yeah,
situations.
I mean, what'd you think?
I don't. I don't know what black people expect when you go in white spaces. When men go into strip or gentlemen's clubs, you get hoes. Like, I don't know.
And he bragged
No
about it.
disrespect, ladies. No disrespect, but you know, it's just what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
So like him now, so I think not only him saying that she married him for his money,
Mhm.
but him, I think he's coming out because he feels like he needs to play offense
Mhm.
because she's telling him that whoever this man is, because he said they had an agreement
Mhm.
that they would not, you know, he told her she could do whatever she wanted to do as long as she didn't do it in his face. You know,
Right.
it was something that she kept private. He had no big deal, you know.
Mhm.
It didn't matter to him. It didn't matter to him, excuse me. So now whoever this man is she's involved with, she's telling G like he's my soulmate.
Mhm. Now it's
So
an
that to
issue.
me must mean that she wants to press forward with this relationship.
Mhm.
She wants a divorce.
And see, and this is
And
go ahead.
go ahead. No, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, and this is what happens like when you invite other people into your relationship. You know,
Yeah, like I mean,
something's
it's not
gonna
gonna work
happen.
out.
No. So you can't be surprised. Either factor that he's bringing up about the money and about her finding someone else. You know, like now she's saying that, like you said, this man is her soulmate, and now he's feeling a kind of way, even though you invited this in. You said it was okay.
Mhm. But he also said it was okay in the context of there will come a time when I won't be able to physically satisfy you.
Mm-hmm.
When that time comes, I have no problem with you being with somebody else.
Right.
So I don't think he meant actively at this moment. He just meant eventually,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, and he seems like he wants to have his children. Like he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
want his kids to be, exposed to that.
Right. Because they're still
So,
young. Their kids are young.
oh yeah, they're so young. They're so
Mm-hmm.
young.
Even her son that
But
she had from a previous relationship, I mean, he might be just a teenager now. He's young too.
yeah, so I mean, I hope that it works out for him, but
Yeah.
she wants a storyline.
That's
And I
it.
think she wants a storyline where she got a quote unquote happy relationship.
Because she got to flip it up because last year it was a mess. So, which I
So
mean, every year she's been on. This is only what her third season, and it's been a mess the previous two, and this looks like it's going to be a mess too. So she's just a mess, you know. I mean, that's the character that she plays. So, but also,
yeah.
yeah. So also from the cast, Candace and her husband Chris. So allegedly, Chris has been having an affair with some chick, and she went on Tasha K trying to expose him, but people are saying that it backfired, saying that, and you know, Tasha K right now, because she got that stuff, like she owes Cardi B millions of dollars, so she's pulling anything
Mhm,
out her ass, you know, that she can get, you know, clicks and
mhm.
views for. Excuse me. But people were saying that there's no, I didn't watch the interview, but they're saying that there's no legitimacy to this story. Like there was nothing that she said that really like was like, oh yeah, you know, like oh yeah, they're definitely together or they're having, you know, like she may have had a picture of him together, but I mean, he's a chef at like a big chef at a hotel or whatever he does. So he takes pictures with a lot of people. We've seen that. That got him in trouble with Giselle and them. You know, like people in his cast that he knows. You know, they
Mhm.
thought he was flirting when, or accused him of flirting when he was just trying to get people to come to the hotel, you know,
All
like,
right.
you know, for business. But
But I will say this, and I know. To me, that relationship it's inevitable to end in divorce.
yeah, and you know, I was saying that too, like if this is true, you know, or
I wouldn't be
I
shocked.
wouldn't be shocked either because he's sick of her and her mama. So, I mean, you
Thank
could tell that. So,
I
that's,
don't think when he thought about marrying a black girl, that's what he thought.
mm-hmm.
You know, he thought he was getting something different. Of course, she's cute,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna promise y'all, cute wear off,
Oh
male
yeah.
and female.
Yeah.
Cute wears off, and your brain is gonna eventually come into play.
Right. I mean,
And when
she's
your
a
brain
handful.
is, you said what?
I said she's a handful.
I mean, yeah, and she's like a spoiled brat and a crybaby.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm sure that she does have a college education
Mm-hmm. She may
from,
even have her master's by now if she finished.
a
So
stellar institution,
yeah, Howard University.
Howard
Yeah.
University.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, but what does she do? Like, don't tell me nothing about hair and what does she actually do for a living?
Right.
What I hate to see is people go through the motions and get a whole degree. And oh, because you might become I follow a girl, I'm gonna give you a prime example.
Mm-hmm.
She has a law degree from Columbia University.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the valedictorian. And she went to a big law firm, got a job, and she was still doing her TikToks.
Yeah.
Upper management partners found out that she was doing a TikTok, and they said, because I guess she used to have brand deals,
Mm-hmm.
some kind of way they said in her contract with the law department, with the law firm, that she can't do that. So she would have to make like a decision, like if she was gonna continue to do this, and that, and she quit her job.
Mm-hmm.
But she has yet to go get another job.
Right.
And I understand that the brand deals make you money.
Now.
But my question is, and it's with Candace, this is why I told that story.
Mm-hmm.
Because you went to school to get that degree. Unless you got a degree in like business management or something like that.
I
But
think
if
she was
you
getting her MBA. So I don't know what her undergrad degree is in, but I know she was going for her MBA.
but once you've worked to get this education,
Mm-hmm.
what was the goal exactly once you obtained it? Was it
Right.
just to make money? Was there no purpose behind it?
Just to say you have it. Are
I
you
think that's then y'all if that's why people are going to school, they should stop.
mm-hmm.
Because I think those are the people that are sending the message out that like, oh, you don't need college.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't need college because you're bullshitting.
Yeah, you just going to get a degree
You
just
wasted your
because.
time. You went to college to just shake hands
Mm-hmm.
and make friends and say you went there. But most people are going to college because they want to further their education and make a difference in whatever field they're choosing.
Right.
Again, unless you got a business management degree, because then you're doing what you want to do. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
doing what you want to do. Most people who get business degrees, you go because you want to learn about business. Like,
Right.
okay, well, you have become a business, so you're
Mm-hmm.
doing what it is you wanted to do. But I don't know, Candace. You look like more of a liability than an asset to a man.
Right.
Because your attitude is a heavy
Oh my
liability.
gosh. That would be enough for me.
Like it's heavy, and then your
Mm-hmm.
mama, baby.
I mean, she's just bitter herself, so she ain't never gonna be
And
happy.
let me tell you this: I think 50% of her mama being bitter is still taking care of grown kids.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because Candace, not only did you let your mama have to come and she was taking care of you, you decided to move a man into her house.
Mm-hmm.
Where did y'all think that was appropriate? And I feel like he is borderline a bum because he did it.
Right. I mean,
Until
marriage
he
or
just got
not.
sick of people talking about him.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason why he really went back to work like that.
And that's why y'all moved out that house.
Mm-hmm.
And Candace bought the house, didn't she?
I believe so, yeah. I mean, he wasn't really working at the time because I remember she said like it was during the pandemic, he was let go from his job and, he was just doing like catering on the side and then
I
he
didn't even know
finally
that
went
was his
back.
job. I thought it was his restaurant.
That's what I thought at first, but then they kept mentioning that he was just doing catering, but I think he stopped working at the restaurant and his restaurant, I don't know what happened to it, But then he started doing catering because he probably got comfortable, and was just like, well, I don't have to deal with this restaurant because running a restaurant's a lot of work. So, so he probably just was like, I got it easy now. My wife's on TV. We're living in this house that's somebody else's that's paying for it, and then reality really set in like, oh, they're calling me a bum, so I got to get myself together. So I think that's when he started doing the catering, quote unquote, catering on the side. And that didn't work out because the pandemic, people weren't really throwing parties or nothing like that. So then
Right.
he eventually went back and he became like a head chef at the hotel, whatever, this hotel in DC or whatever. So yeah, it's a lot.
Married to
Married to
medicine.
medicine. So our fave Quad, she's
You blocked me on Twitter many moons ago.
that's why I
She's not
said
my
that's why I
favorite.
said our fave. Now I like Quad. Some like
She's gotten better.
she's gotten better, definitely. At first she was just like she was worse than, the most dramified drag queen. It was just like she was just a lot. She was just very over the top. And there's no slight to
Yeah.
drag queens, but drag queens, that's their persona, they're over the top. That's why I referenced that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so when Quad was on the show, she was married to Dr. Greg. Uh,
Gregory.
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 Gregory. So, he wanted kids. She didn't want kids. So that was like and I'm sure there were other factors too, but that was like the big focus on why their marriage didn't work. So they got a divorce. Greg, he moved on. He is remarried, and I believe, doesn't he have a child now, or she was? I think
I
they.
don't think they've had. I don't know if they have a baby yet. I
Okay,
follow her on TikTok. She's very low key, but I
okay,
follow his wife on TikTok,
okay. Well, I'm
and
sure you would have seen.
I believe maybe on Instagram. I'm not sure, but I know I
Okay.
follow her. That's how I saw the trailer. She
Oh,
posted it on
oh,
TikTok.
okay. And she posted it because she's going to be on the cast this season, and
Oh yeah, they was pissed now. Quad was pissed.
Quad was pissed, and she said she was on Dr. Heavenly show, her YouTube show. Dr. Heavenly, she's just messy as hell anyway. So I mean, her and Quad together are just hilarious because they just shade each other and they just
Uh-huh.
go on like it. I love watching those two together. But
Mm-hmm.
she was on Dr. Heavenly's YouTube show either this week or the week before,
Oh.
and she's so Dr. Heavenly with her messy ass of course asked, so how do you feel about um
Okay, I remember her asking her that.
yeah,
I saw
basically,
that clip. Yes.
yeah, about Dr. G and his wife being on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Quad, she said that she felt disrespected, because not only did G, which he really doesn't have any reason to say anything to her, even though I'm sure they're still cordial. I don't know how much they talk, but he doesn't have a responsibility to tell her. But she basically was like, well, he didn't say anything, and especially Bravo didn't tell me. So she was finding out pretty much when they were filming. So she just said like she felt disrespected, which I think with her being an OG on the show, I think she should have known. But of course, for the drama effect, that they're not going to tell her. So I get it both ways. What do you think?
So I'm gonna go back to season 1, episode 1.
Uh-oh. Oh, we going back. Go ahead, girl.
I remember when Mariah was molding Quad into a doctor's wife. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And I always remember that first scene because Quad was loud,
Mm-hmm.
out of control,
Yep.
and Mariah was having a party at her house.
Mm-hmm. I remember
And
this.
she was so loud and she was screaming. Mariah had to get her in the bedroom and was like, baby, you can't keep acting like this. You will represent your husband, you as a doctor's wife. Like, it's just certain stuff you can't do.
Right.
So, when you said like, oh, I have a problem with Mariah because the way that, not Mariah, but Quad, because of the way that they all turned on Mariah.
Mm-hmm.
And Quad
Yeah.
was the culprit.
Mm-hmm.
She was the culprit of the way that she turned when they turned on Mariah. And I really think it was because Mariah is one of those people when she walks into a room, she got it.
Oh yeah.
It's just, you can't deny it. She just is what she is.
A lot of the girls can't
And
take it.
Oh, they can't take it. Her looks, her style, like people feel threatened by that. And
Mhm.
sometimes I feel the same way about Giselle.
Mhm.
Like, and I feel like women need to get over this. When attractive women enter the room, they shudder.
Mhm.
And then it becomes your business to like take them down. You
Right.
know, like, and I feel like they succeeded with Mariah. They did
Mhm.
succeed. Um, only for it to bite you in the ass 9 seasons later.
Listen.
And I'm glad. I think you should go.
Mhm.
Yeah, did they owe you anything? No,
No, they don't.
they don't owe you shit.
Yeah.
And you know why I really am glad they didn't say nothing? Because Mariah is still responsible for production. That's still her show.
Yeah. And so that's why I was like, they don't it's like when you look at it as the point of, Quad being, basically the star of the show, you can look at it and say, yeah, they should have told her, especially with something like
But you
that.
ain't the star no more.
Right. So it's like
You
then
ain't been the star since you ain't been married, if we being honest.
I mean she
You worked so hard to
mhm.
get Mariah off the show because that's what you wanted. You wanted people to put you in the top spot. Cause see, who else got the personality for it? Dr. Heavenly had rubbed people such the wrong way
Mhm.
that of course she wouldn't be the star.
Right.
Jackie and Dr. Jackie and
Mhm.
Dr. Simone, I mean, people cool with them, but it's like watching paint dry sometimes.
Yeah.
Definitely don't nobody want Tessa. What's her name?
Contessa.
Don't nobody want Contessa to be nowhere with that old abusive ass husband she got.
A girl.
I mean, and then the Indian girl, she borderline annoying.
Yeah.
So you had the ability, and baby Toya and Eugene, that we don't
Oh
even,
yeah, we
you
don't
know,
need that. I mean, I forgot about them.
yeah,
And they've been on the show
that
since
don't
the
even,
beginning.
baby,
But
they can't get they ducks in a row. So we ain't nobody nowhere checking for them. No disrespect, because I
mhm.
love Eugene, but
Mhm.
you know, sometimes I think Eugene just might got the wrong wife. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
no shade, but
But look,
um,
but all these years that you just said it, all these years that Mariah hasn't been on the show, look who we're talking about.
yeah, like so that's what she wanted.
Mhm.
But look, they turned on you too, because guess
Mhm.
what? I have been trying to tell people forever. You sow whatever you sow, you're gonna reap it.
Mhm.
And that's what you did. So now they said, fuck you.
We ain't got to tell you
And gonna
shit.
bring the man's wife
I mean that part right there.
and gonna let her be a member, a cast member on the show.
Ooh.
I hope Mariah come back because the way they was shooting the clips,
Mhm.
like how the very first when it opened up, it was Mariah saying, "We don't throw wine bottles over here; we drink them."
Right.
And then fast forward to her telling Dr. Heavenly, "Do you need me to bring the receipts, honey, on who your husband is keeping company with?"
Mm.
And so then for them to have that quote unquote fake funeral and say, I thought she was gone, but she done resurrected or something like that. I pray that it is Mariah. I pray it
I do
is.
too.
Because
That would
baby,
be
y'all need some new life over there.
girl.
Because
Listen.
Jackie can't be the what is it? The HBIC.
HBIC.
She
No,
can't be.
she's too
No.
boring. I love Dr. Jackie, like just as, just who she is, but she's not the star of a show. She's a
Mm-mm,
supporting character. And
mm-mm.
she's
And
there just
she's
yeah.
too damn mean.
Yeah. She's mean as
She's
hell.
she's too mean. And
Yeah, she can't.
you're way too mean. So
Mhm.
I had to have this conversation with my boyfriend, because I watch him talk to other people and I tell him, listen, yeah, you can be honest with people. I said, but why do you think people come to me?
Mhm.
People don't come to me because, yeah, I'm very truthful. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth, but I'm
Mhm.
going to tell you the truth with love.
Right.
We're going to have a loving conversation. And people have left saying, thank you for not judging me, Tia Keisha.
Mhm.
Because that's how you're supposed to talk to people. You can't just keep giving people sour every day of the week and then think people gonna come and no, they're not gonna confide in you. They don't want people don't want that. And that's Jackie.
No.
That's
Yeah.
Jackie.
Mhm.
Jackie is a piece of work.
Well, you see how she talks to her patients when they show clips of her patients, and even her. I mean, because she has a lot of celebrity patients as well. She don't cookie cut nothing or whatever you want to call it. She's just
Baby,
very.
you gotta weigh 2 pounds if you want her to be your doctor.
I mean that part right there.
Because baby, if you be an ounce overweight, she wants you to weigh the same amount she weigh.
I mean,
Honey, she ain't. That ain't the doctor for you.
that ain't the
Her
doctor for you.
bedside manner is terrible.
Yeah.
Her bedside manner is in the fucking trash.
That's it.
Let me say this. I feel like Dr. Simone is direct too.
Mm-hmm.
But Dr. Simone is direct in like a little sugary way.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. You know, she gonna tell you now, you need to get that together. You know, you need, but it's the way that she says it.
Right.
Jackie has not mastered that.
No, because she's mean. She's mean as hell.
Yeah, she's just downright mean.
Yeah. Child.
I guess you can't master it when it ain't there.
Just you are who you are, child.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so that's the reality TV roundup. Now, old girl in the Cheesecake Factory. Let's get it.
Okay. So a man took a woman on a date, and I hope it's fake. Let me just start by saying this.
Girl.
I hope that this was some staged, because I was praying the whole time I was watching it, like, Lord, don't let this be real. I'm reading the comments like, this got to be fake. Like, where is they real links at? Like, this can't be real.
Right, girl.
He went to get out the car so he could come open her door. As he's walking around the car, she says, he got me at the Cheesecake Factory. I'm not getting out this car, and proceeds to lock that man's door. As he's trying to open the car door, and he's tapping like, why you? She cracks the window like, like she's not gonna get out. Like Cheesecake Factory is beneath her. I don't even know when that happened. I just want to throw that in.
Girl.
So he goes back around, gets in the car. They have this discussion about why, she's not getting out, or, he doesn't understand. He pulls off and takes her home, as he should have, And then she's like, oh, there's no like compromise, or like, well, I mean, I understand. Oh, now you understand. Now you hungry. No, and no.
But she was so proud of herself, like on the ride. She didn't know she was going home, but she was so proud on herself after they pulled off. Like she was so proud, like, yeah, we going somewhere else. No, girl, you was going home.
You was going home, like, as you should have.
Yeah.
Can somebody tell me? Now, I know I've been in a relationship for quite some time. But somebody tell me when, y'all got to stay off the internet. Like, for real.
I mean, seriously.
Some of y'all need to stay off the internet. Yo, baby, you're not above the Cheesecake Factory.
And that's why your ass is going to be single forever.
Like, when did y'all get above the Cheesecake Factory?
And
nobody who works a 9 to 5 is above the Cheesecake Factory.
I mean, that right there.
You're not above a 2 for $20 at Applebee's.
Hell no.
Is it Applebee's that sells it, or is it Fridays?
I don't know.
Commercial. I think it's Applebee's.
They're
you
both
ain't
about
above
the
a
same.
2 for $20 at Applebee's. Like, and tell me, as a woman, what has made you feel like you're beneath the Cheesecake Factory is beneath you? I'm confused. There's great food there, great drinks.
They're not cheap.
Number one.
So it ain't the money issue.
The bill is probably going to be what you made in a day.
Well, she said a chain restaurant. That was her thing. She said, he's taking me to a chain restaurant. I said, girl.
Does that mean people don't go to Red Lobster anymore? Wait a minute. I'm gone for too long. Hold on. I just seen a girl do and that wasn't no sponsored video. I guess Red Lobster got a special on Tuesdays.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. It's like all these shrimp and crab legs and drinks.
Get garlic butter crab or something.
Something like that. All that for $20.
And you get the what is it? She got the Casamigos flight. So you got 3 drinks, mango, blueberry, or something else for like $20 or
Yeah.
14.99 or something.
Mhm.
So y'all don't go to Red Lobster?
Child.
Oh my God.
I mean, people
So do
going
y'all
because
go to Longhorn and stuff like that still?
listen, shoot, Longhorn is packed. I go to Longhorn all the dang time, and they stay packed. And Olive Garden stays packed. All these places that these chain restaurants, they still stay packed. So in Cheesecake Factory, the last couple times we tried to go, we had to wait forever. So we ended up
Listen,
going somewhere else last time for my cousin's birthday. She wanted to go to Cheesecake Factory, and the wait was like 2 hours. We were like, we hungry. So we ended up going to Olive Garden, another chain restaurant. It's not my favorite, but we went there.
listen, y'all
Girl,
going crazy.
I
No, because it
mean,
was a chain. But everything's a chain that got more than one location.
basically,
So you wouldn't go to RPM then. RPM is a expensive Italian restaurant.
mm-hmm.
They have a good steakhouse.
Yeah.
They're only in certain cities, but because
Mm-hmm.
they're in multiple cities, that's still a chain.
Right.
So you don't really sound. See, this is why I'm telling y'all to stay off the internet. Let people enjoy your life.
Mm-hmm.
Come away. Come away. Come away, people.
And what was it? Just like a
Enjoy your life.
yeah.
Go where you want to go that you feel comfortable with.
Thank you.
Because see, y'all be thinking about stuff in the context of, or if I go here, I can't post my date.
Yeah, that's what it
People
comes
gonna know
down
we at
to.
the Cheesecake Factory.
Uh-huh.
I can't be posting this. Y'all govern everything in your mind by what you can post.
Yep.
And if you don't feel like you can post it, oh, it ain't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all going great? Are y'all psychotic?
Yeah, something's wrong.
In a minute, all you niggas gonna need a shot of Thorazine. I'm telling you, because all y'all going crazy. Like, because y'all's brains can't be this demented.
They are.
I, I don't even like no change shit. That just really threw me.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, oh,
what?
okay, all right, girl, all right.
Baby, the only places I don't eat at that are not chains are mom and pop
That's
restaurants. So
it.
what? That place where I get that salad from?
Yeah,
That's a single
girl.
location. Like, oh no, I ain't never thought to like. And to me, if it's not a chain, it got me kind of side eyeing it. Like, mm, nah,
like,
I'm cool.
like I don't know about this. Hold
I don't
on
want to go
now.
to Mama de Salva's one location. No, I'm cool. I'm cool on that.
Yeah. So
Now for my dinner, I might want a sandwich, an Italian hoagie.
something.
But you think I'm gonna eat my dinner? No, I'm okay. So we definitely the opposite.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. She just ooh, girl. But and then like what was it? Just a couple weeks ago, people were coming at Tyler Perry. For him, basically. I mean, this is basically what he was talking about.
y'all got y'all's head in the clouds.
Mm, that part right
But let
there.
me tell you something, y'all. This is how I know that y'all stupid because y'all just got on Beyonce's internet
Mm-hmm.
and acted a damn fool on Tyler Perry. And let me show you something. Because this is how I know you hoes don't pay attention. Every movie that Tyler Perry has made, the man don't have shit.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Yep.
I can do bad by myself. That man was, I don't think he was an ex-con or
He
something.
was
And he
something.
was like a handyman for the
Mm-hmm.
church. In the first movie that I can't stand, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, that man was like a carpenter or he fixed cars.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. The man who come and save the day be an everyday guy.
Yep.
And y'all love their movies.
Mm-hmm. So it ain't supposed.
And that's all he was trying to get y'all to see.
Mm-hmm.
That y'all overlooking the everyday guys. Even in Medea's family reunion, that man was a bus driver.
Mm-hmm.
Really think about that. In the family one, you know, not the family that prays, but by ran.
Oh
In
yeah,
that one,
the family
her
reunion.
the short lady, the short's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
her husband was a mechanic.
Yep.
Daddy's little girls, he was a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Idris Elba. That's all Tyler Perry was trying to tell y'all.
Yep.
But y'all didn't even really think about that, did y'all?
But like you said, y'all go up
Every
for these
movie that
movies.
y'all swoon over, Every movie that he's made where the man came in and saved the day, baby, he had a regular job.
Mm-hmm.
He had a regular job. What's her name? Gabrielle Union was his lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
He has saved some money for some attorney fees. He ain't have nothing compared to what she had.
Right.
And what she say? I don't care. I mean, y'all missing the point.
Mm-hmm.
The family that prays. What did she do? What happened? She wanted the man with the money. And what did she do? Have an affair with him? And what did he do?
What
Her
always
husband was a
happens.
construction worker. He was a good man.
Mm-hmm.
I'ma
Girl,
tell y'all,
y'all gonna
y'all
get it
better stop
together.
this.
Yeah.
So y'all went off on Tyler, but didn't think he been feeding y'all regular men for 15 years and y'all been eating it up.
Mm-hmm. That's why I titled that episode, because that was the realization I came to. And I talked about it, that I titled that episode, it's always, I mean, it's not always the messenger, it's the message.
Yeah.
Because people were, and this is what I took from it at first. I was listening, I was like, oh, this is coming from Tyler Perry. He's talking about his experience. No. When I listened to it again and I took that out of it, that's when I was like, okay, I get what he's saying now.
Yes. And then
Mm-hmm.
look, what's the one? Marriage counselor?
Mm-hmm.
Diary of a marriage counselor or something?
Yeah.
What did her husband do? He was a pharmacist in a small pharmacy.
Mm-hmm. Not a chain pharmacy.
You goofy ass bitches. Y'all be so. Woo, child, y'all be irritating as
I
hell.
can't
I don't
stand them.
understand this.
Then you wonder why we always come at y'all. We be trying to help y'all, but
I love y'all, but y'all gonna have to. It has to be some self-reflection at some point.
Yeah.
We can't just keep living our lives. So I just this is completely something happened this week, and somebody sent me a clip, and I'm gonna have to find it really fast.
Okay.
Somebody sent me a clip, and what it was about was a mother and her son. Something took place. I remember who sent it to me. Here it goes. So it's gonna take 2 seconds. And we were basically here it is. The stepfather had a conversation with the mother and told her it was time for her 29-year-old son to move out.
Mm-hmm.
And she was basically fussing, you know, like she didn't want him to leave.
Right.
And the stepfather said, I just feel like at some point you need to make your own way. So this person who sent me the message is the mother of a son, but
Mm-hmm.
she also has a daughter too. So and I said this last week. Sometimes people will send me stuff and be like, "What do you think?" Like,
Mm-hmm.
and so I said that it really felt like the mother was raising her son as her boyfriend.
Mm.
You know, you're raising that son to be your man.
Mm-hmm.
He's 29. I said, at what point does he learn to make his own way?
Right.
Like, how's he going to get married? How's he going to have his own family if he constantly is living up underneath you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why don't you want him to venture out? And so I took it a step further, and I love y'all before I say this. And I said it to her. Again, she is the mother of a son.
Mm-hmm.
And she agreed with me when I said this. You know, she said, we do tend to raise our sons differently. I said, if that was a girl, she would have put her out at 18.
Listen.
I said, but these mamas will hold on to these boys till they 80.
Mm-hmm.
They keep holding on to them.
I know from
I said,
experience.
it's something that we don't want to accept as women. And I know we don't want to hear it. And it's a hard pill to swallow. You know, I think I just lost my train of thought. Uh,
We old.
something that we don't want to accept as women is that we are we are responsible for the rearing of the children.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is like when you hear all these complaints, oh, it ain't no dad in the home. It ain't no father in the home. That's why the kids act like that. I said that's not always necessarily true
No.
because even in two-parent households, who is still responsible for the rearing of the children? The mother.
Mm-hmm.
The mother raises the kids. Even if you have a stay at home mother, the mother is active in the day to day rearing of children. I said, and I
Mhm.
say the same thing about white women, because what do y'all hear me say all the time? When they pumping these serial killers out, I tell y'all, that's on the mama.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's daddy litter or not. Because the mother normally coddles the boys.
Mhm.
And there was a term that we used in psychology, and it's a term, the schizophrenic mother. There is such an attachment that the mother and the son will have that in some cases it has bred schizophrenia in boys, in their sons.
Mm.
And like, we talk about, oh, he needs his daddy, he needs his daddy. He also needs a healthy, mentally sound mother,
Right.
because you are his view into the world.
Mhm. That's
And
true.
women have got to be careful how you raise these boys. You've got to be careful what you let your sons see you doing. Because the things they see you doing, they carry that shit with them, and that's how they treat other women.
Mhm.
You become their model of a woman. And think about it, when you watch these crime shows and you see these guys who be on here doing all this crazy stuff, when they start to go through their lives, they have a very contentious relationship with their mother. I was
Mhm.
just watching one about a serial killer in Britain, and he had a very terrible relationship with his mother. I'm telling you, and I know, like, because as women, we like, oh, it's already so much stuff on us, and I don't
Mhm.
want, I get it, but y'all, we we pumping out, we complaining, but we pumping out a lot of terrible men, and it's on
Sad.
us.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh.
really on us. And a lot of the stuff we see the kids doing, and we say, oh, these kids out of control. We got to blame it on parenting.
Mhm. That's
And I
true.
know it's a hard pill to swallow, but look, at some point, something went off the rails.
Mhm.
You know, it's sad, but it is very true.
Yeah. Ooh, child.
Girl, yeah.
So you
But
had go ahead.
I'm going to be very fast.
Okay.
And all of this ties in. So, as we all know, I don't post anything on the internet
This
that's
is where I
not
was just
right.
going. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't post anything on the internet. So, I posted a video, a stitch. If you're familiar with TikTok, you can stitch someone else's video. So, I don't know if you all are familiar. There is a influencer, I guess she would be considered an influencer, um, who has multiple children by her husband. And she is all over Facebook, TikTok. I don't know about Instagram so much, but I'm sure she's everywhere. I'm sure she is. And there was a video of her. Her husband has children outside of their marriage, that are older than her kids. I've learned since that they're her children, that the other children are like 18. So someone asked her, why aren't his kids included in, their life, in basically,
Mhm.
why aren't they present in the life they live? When she takes her kids to Disney World, or when she do stuff, like, where are those kids? So she proceeds to say, I don't give a F about nobody's kids but my own. That's why you don't see them. And you can screen record that. I don't give a F about nobody's kids but my own. F them kids.
Mm.
Now y'all know I wasn't gonna let that go. Y'all know I wasn't gonna let that go. I wasn't gonna let that go.
Whew.
I basically just posted a video. Didn't even show my face. Like, just a few words. And just said, it is a very dangerous practice to be running around thinking that the I don't give a fuck attitude is an acceptable way to live your life, because it's not. It's
Mhm.
not a healthy process. And some people will say, like, oh, I just don't care. I don't give a F. I don't give a F. But that's not a healthy way to live. It's not necessarily okay to feel like that. I said, and to speak that way about a man's kids
Child.
who you are connected to, I said, and you men lay down with women who say stuff like this. I said it is not a behavior that you want to perpetuate in any community now, because she black,
Mm-hmm.
and it should you. I don't want to hear that out of a white woman's mouth, an Asian woman's mouth, a Korean. I don't want to hear out of nobody's mouth saying that about children.
Right.
And so people came in the comments, they was coming. The keyboard gangsters, honey, they wanted to crucify me, okay?
Child.
One girl got in there, honey, she was calling me everything but a child of God. And as you all know, I'm very much, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. I curse a little bit, but, I'm working on that.
Right.
So I don't bring any, and the reason I don't is because my mouth is out of control. These little couple curse words y'all hear me say
Ain't nothing.
ain't nothing compared to what's in my belly, as they say. It ain't nothing compared to the things in my brain. So I don't push the issue with people. So when she was saying her first few comments, I was like, ma'am, I respect your opinion.
Right.
But this is that. No, nothing aggressive. And I always put a little heart at the end. Cause all this is in love. Like I don't even know you. Like, god darn, I don't know you.
Right.
Well, she was still going. Oh, but then I have a sister. And she ain't really with she ain't with the shits like that.
Right.
So I knew once I saw my sister comment, I blocked the girl.
You knew where it was
Because
about to
I know where
go.
this is going. And immediately when I blocked her, my sister must have gone back and she called me and said, Keish, you deleted that girl's comments? Very calmly, just like that. So that's how you know she's a psycho. Keish, you deleted that girl's comments? I said, no, I did not delete them. I blocked her. Oh, because
Shit.
I was looking for her. I was wondering, bitch, are you local? Like, where you at? Where you live? See, and this is how beef gets started on the internet.
Right. You don't know
Right
who knows
there.
who. You coming at people and you don't know who knows
Then
who.
my cousin came in the comments. When I put that post on Facebook and said my mama's side of the family, like, they fight for real, y'all, it was not a joke. Like, I
No.
wasn't joking. And some of my cousins came in the comment and was laughing like, yeah, we do. Right. Then my cousin came in them comments. I said, no, we're going to keep the internet a safe place to be today.
Right.
Let me tell you, my cousin came in the comments and she 100 months pregnant. She ain't give no fuck. Y'all, all I was saying was we got to respect kids.
That's
And
it.
somebody's like, well, the kids are 18. This
So?
is how I know y'all demented.
Oh
I
gosh.
said, my fiance's children are 25 and 23, and they're still kids to us.
Exactly.
To us, those still are kids.
Ooh-wee.
I said, I didn't know that age meant you deserve to be spoken to like that or spoken about in that way. Like, y'all crazy. And people was like, oh, them kids disrespect her even when she buy them stuff. So in a different video, now I have heard her say this before in a different video.
Mm-hmm.
She said, he don't give a F about y'all. To them same kids.
Okay.
Because if he gave a F about y'all when I gave him $50,000, he would have did something for y'all. He don't care about y'all.
Oh.
And then someone else came into the comments and said, and women who be in relationships with deadbeats, like you thought it was okay and you thought it was cute to say that he don't care about them.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? You the same one over there crying that you can't get him to wake up and help you with your kids.
Right.
Child, I'm telling you,
Ooh-wee.
the world on the internet is hell.
It is.
And it's a pretty, I just was saying a few words. It probably is the video probably 90 seconds long.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think nobody was going to see it. I didn't think it was going to be a big issue. And I think right now it has about 15,000 views. I had no earthly intention on it being a big deal.
It was just something you just couldn't let go.
100 views.
Child.
Yeah. I got 99 people that came to my page behind this video. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't.
Sometimes it just takes that one, and
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. And some people gonna take it one way, other people gonna take it the other way. But if you got a problem with anybody's kids, I don't care if they bad or not. If you want to talk about kids and F kids and everything like that, something's wrong with you. And especially your spouse's kids. I mean, come on now. Regardless, just don't say nothing. That's it.
Yep. And people saying like this girl, she done left about 4 comments. Good Lord. She no 5. She is saying like, and see, this is what I think it is now too, because so her father has a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so what one of her sisters said on her father's side was that she thinks they're doing this and saying these things just to get internet attention
Oh, a lot of people do,
because
and that's
she makes
sad.
a lot of money from social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like
A lot of
she
people
has
do that.
shown her Meta checks, like her Facebook checks,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm talking $30,000.
Oh yeah, it's just like those
Point
family bloggers who put their kids out front, and embarrass them, not thinking, that the stuff
right,
that you show right now is things that's going to be on the internet forever. And then they have like these
right,
family bloggers who kids are older now, who grew up, in a family blog atmosphere. And now they're coming back and suing their parents because they're embarrassed by things that were posted when they were younger that they had no control of. And I think in Illinois they can sue them. So it's
yeah. See
yeah,
stuff like that.
it's just like it's the same thing because it's just like you're just doing things and you don't care, but just to make a check, just to make you're just saying whatever, you're clickbaiting, you're whatever you want to call it when you say something within the video, controversial, whatever. You're doing this stuff just to make money, and it's sad.
Yeah, because I mean, just like this avenue came, this avenue will close.
Oh yeah,
You know, and so when this avenue closes and you actually need your reputation, where do you go?
right. That's what people don't think about the future. They're just thinking
Yeah,
about
they
right
don't.
now. And that's in a lot of aspects. A lot of people are just thinking about just right now. And that's fine. You have to think about right now, but you also got to think about your future
Exactly.
and what's going to be put out there, especially when you're doing things on
And
social media and
especially
the
when you
internet.
have children.
Yes. Thank you.
You have children.
Ciao.
Girl, they don't care.
That's why, and I mean, and anybody can get any picture anywhere, but that's why I only post pictures of my nieces and nephew on my personal page. Now, I have posted on my DannieBSpeaks page a couple things, with them on there. Like, I think when we went to the All Hallows Eve at Ohio Village last year, because that was like an
Oh, okay,
event.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like a picture of them swinging or something like that at the park because we were getting ready to go in, things like that. But it's just like you have to really watch, what you
Because
do.
we were raised under that, Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
We were raised under privacy
Right.
and being encouraged not to put our whole lives on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
We were raised, you know, to understand the danger of that.
Yeah.
It was something they pushed to us. Once you put it out there, you can't get it back.
No.
And because it was in its infancy, when we were coming up, or what were we in, like
We were probably like in like late high school when the internet started really becoming.
98,
Yeah, because that's when like chat rooms and
97?
everything started, becoming a thing.
Yeah, so we were taught that, but
Mm-hmm.
because also marketing changed and it
Yeah.
became a lucrative business to buy and sell people's information.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted your kids to sign up, and they wanted the younger people under us to sign up
Yep.
because they wanted their information.
Uh-huh. And then you didn't have all those restrictions then because it was still new. So they were
Right,
getting away with that stuff.
exactly. Child,
Child.
it ain't gonna be long because we're gonna talk about
Yeah, this episode's gonna be a little longer. Child, fucking Jada, fucking Pinkett, fucking Smith.
Woo!
We are sick of you.
We, the Black community, beseech you by the mercies of God.
Oh, I just
that you shut up. We done had enough. We get you don't like him. We get it.
and him, we're talking about her fucking husband.
We get it, honey. We get it.
Oh gosh.
We
I mean,
get it.
you just want to just constantly just your goal right now is just to belittle and embarrass this man. And you're
And so
letting it and he's letting it happen.
I'm gonna throw her one olive branch.
Mhm.
Because remember, years ago, and he put it in his book.
Mhm.
Remember, remember he was on that whole speech and he was like, I retire from making you happy.
Mhm.
You have to make you happy. Remember, and I feel like they were in that video together
Yeah.
when they were walking out on the property. He said, you have to go make yourself happy. You have to prove to me that it's even possible to make you happy.
Mm.
Do it yourself. And they have been separated since that moment.
Yep.
He told us that years ago when it happened. And
Mhm.
people speculated, they just never came out and said it.
Right.
But between the two of them, and I mean, if you read between the lines and what he said that day on the video, it was pretty clear that he was like, I relinquished this job. Like, I don't want the job to make you
Mhm.
happy.
Yep.
Because, but I feel like so in that moment he realized it doesn't matter what you do for her. It's one of those situations where you could be the nicest person and give somebody everything that you have. If they don't like you, they don't like what you give them.
Right.
They don't want it from you. That's why they don't like it.
And that's what he's been holding on to all this time. And like I
Yes.
told you yesterday when we were talking about it, I remember him saying in an interview that excuse me, regardless of what happens in his marriage, talking about his marriage with Jada, he will not get a divorce because he has been divorced once
Right.
and he doesn't want to get divorced again. Now
Mm-hmm.
look at you.
Maybe you're gonna have to. I
Okay,
would just suggest you sever your ties.
listen, because let's just go down the list of what she's talked about this week. Now, I guess she has a book out or something. It's something like where she's
She does.
making
It
okay.
was a special last night. I knew I wasn't gonna
Oh,
turn
I
on.
didn't even
It
know
was
there
a
was a
whole
special
hour
one.
special with Huda.
Hoda,
What's her name?
Hoda coffee or
Oh,
coffee, whatever.
Hoda. I'm sorry, Hoda. Yeah. And they interviewed
I
her
didn't
for a
even
whole
know.
hour. I didn't watch 60 seconds of
Hell
it.
no, I've seen it. And I haven't even watched any of the interviews with her. I've just seen clips of, what she said
I ain't even
or
watched the clip because I don't want to
girl.
hear it. I know when I seen them
Oh.
veins in your forehead, you was full of hell, full of the devil. I don't want it.
And let me say this. Let me put this disclaimer out here real quick before we go in. To all the married couples who are poking y'all's chest out, talking about you don't know their marriage and you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Yes, the fuck we do. And this week proved that we know everything. Because I've seen y'all too talking shit. The marriage police, always trying to police
Was
everybody that's me.
they?
Girl, I've seen some people out here talking about on comments and things, talking about, well, you don't really know what happened. Maybe they're separated and they just don't see any sense of reconciliation and all this other stuff. And
Because y'all separated.
yeah.
Because some of y'all, and let me tell you how I know some of y'all are separated. Number one, your husband's got girlfriends, excuse me.
Or boyfriends.
Maybe boyfriends too. Maybe
Let's just keep
boyfriends
it
too.
real. Let's
But
keep it
y'all
real.
husbands definitely got
I mean,
girlfriends.
that part right there.
And I've seen y'all's husbands in people's comments
Mm.
saying stuff that's wildly inappropriate for a husband.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I mean,
maybe y'all just separated, like you said.
yeah. So, okay. So first she said, well, it's not even in order. This is just some of I just wrote down about like 3 things that she said that just like really set me off. So the first thing was she said Pac proposed to her while he was in jail. But then she turned around and said that something about the fact that he would never propose to her because they weren't meant to be married or something like it was something like so she contradicted herself there. So that was the first thing. Now was he in were they No, they weren't together. Will and Jada weren't together when he was in jail that one time, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I'm trying to think of the timeline because that had to be in the early
Didn't they
90s.
get married in 99?
Okay, yeah, so they weren't, yeah, and I think they started dating like not long before, like they weren't together that long before they got married. Like it wasn't like years, you
Yeah, because
know.
she got pregnant.
Yeah. So okay, so I'll let that slide a little bit, but it's like, come on now, like I mean
I'm not because you have a husband. I'm tired of
that,
hearing about your
yeah. So,
boyfriend
well,
from 1995.
yeah. So that right there. I mean, and he's not here to validate any of this stuff or whatever. So we're just taking her word, of course. You know, you're in, and I oh, before I move on, your infatuation. I know he was your friend, and you feel he was your soulmate. That's amazing. Okay, that's where I'm gonna go next. But you have this sick infatuation that you even, and you said this too when we were talking, that you have pushed onto your kids about
Hmm.
a man that has been deceased for almost 30 years.
Earthquake just talked about that recently on a podcast, and he said, you know, your daughter has not even met Tupac.
She wasn't even a thought when he
Why
got
in the
killed.
world is she writing these things saying, we know you're alive, just come back so me and mommy can be happy?
That is sick. You have put that
That
onto
is
your,
sick.
that is true. Oh my
So your
gosh.
daughter, who was very young at that time, knows that her mother is sad because here she is in a whole relationship with her father, but she misses her boyfriend. Your
Mhm.
daughter could even pick up on that.
Yeah. So that just means that you freely just been talking about this for years.
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. You mean, can you imagine?
Listen.
Can you imagine being with your wife every day and she still like her boyfriend that's deceased? You can never. It gives me Coretta Scott King vibes. Baby,
Ciao.
some men you just can't measure up to. You can't.
Mm-mm.
The shit she say about Will, like, oh, because he won. I ain't really think about him as no real rapper. I used to hang out with people like Tupac. I remember when
Yeah.
she said that years ago.
Yeah.
I never thought that statement would turn into this.
Listen. Never.
Because she said that in the way beginning of their marriage.
Yeah.
So I never thought that here we are, umpteen years later, talking about this still. This
Still.
shit is why this is sick. It is sick.
Yeah.
I really think somebody should get her a 72-hour hold.
Listen, immediately. That's
Cause
girl.
she's really dealing with some stuff.
Yeah.
And because she's famous, I think people are kind of overlooking it a little bit.
Of course, yeah.
But she is suffering.
Yeah, something is terribly wrong, like seriously. I mean, especially because she said that her and Pac traveled in past lives together. Hmm.
Come on, because I can't.
She was
What was the
confused.
other thing she said?
Yeah, we're just
'Cause
going to slip past that one, but I had to throw that in there to let you, because that fit right into the 72-hour hold.
God.
So she admitted that she was very confused after hearing Will Smith call her his wife at the Oscars after he slapped the dog shit out of Chris Rock. I mean, first of all, he is your husband, and
So
regardless of
then
your
if y'all don't live as husband and wife, why you here?
right, why are you there? Why are you still? And if it was that
Y'all
serious,
here as a facade as a
yeah,
husband and wife.
because if
So
you were
why are you surprised to hear him call you your
right,
why? Why?
and you weren't
That
surprised
doesn't
because
even make sense.
girl, you were cracking up, you were getting your life after he slapped Chris Rock. You loved every minute of it.
I'm disgusted by this.
And people that were sitting there said that, and even you kind of admitted that you gave him a look after Chris Rock said that, like, you going to do something? So what?
Y'all, men, this is for y'all. Stop marrying people who don't like y'all.
Thank you.
Because at the
She
end
let
of
it
the
be
day,
known.
at the end of the day, she has openly said she did not want to get married. Her mother was forcing her to get married, and he wanted it. She
Hmm.
said she did not want that.
Right. And now
And man,
look.
you got to listen to that. Stop writing everything off like, oh, It's just the jitters.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you jittery? It's something there. And we have been just overlooking those things for years. And
Mm-hmm.
my grandmother has always told me, you better go with your first mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Holy Spirit. That's what she always told me. So even
Listen.
if I get a small thought like, oh, if I put that right there, it's gonna blow off. And I'll be like, why the hell did I say that? I don't put it there. I'm not gonna sit it
Mm-hmm.
there. Because lo and behold, something is gonna happen. Because any time that I've gone against that feeling, something bad happened.
Right.
Anytime something bad has happened. And I'm telling y'all, go with that. Don't be afraid to walk away from anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling y'all, that's God's protection. Because look,
Child.
here he is, one of the biggest movie stars in the world, and he
Mm-hmm.
is being made a fool of by a woman. It's like Samson and Delilah.
Yeah, and I mean, and the thing is, she just keeps talking and talking and talking, and he hasn't said anything. The only time he has spoke out was when they did that red table talk together.
And he looked like he didn't want to talk
He didn't
then.
want to talk. His eyes were all bloodshot red and everything, and
We said we was finna go on a vacation, and we have been up. And he do anything to say. Them is the people you got to be very afraid of.
mm-hmm.
The people who you do anything to save their reputation, and they jump at the chance to ruin yours.
Yep.
And I just gave y'all free words.
Take that. Take that.
Like that. You got to be careful of them people who you do anything to save their reputation, and they jump at the chance to ruin yours. And that's all we see her doing.
Mm-hmm.
We see him, yes, he wrote it in the book. He still didn't necessarily go into details of we decided this and we decided that, but she will like publicly,
Yeah.
outwardly embarrass that man.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what it is.
She's punishing him because he not Tupac.
That's
Baby,
what.
he
Mm-hmm.
can't help that. He can't help it.
And that's sick.
He is who he is. I really think he should divorce her.
Yes. Because she let it also be known, and even though I mentioned this a little while ago that they were separated, but they had been separated since 2016, according to her.
Yeah.
And they haven't been living in the same house, which obviously they're on the same compound because, would you say they have like 4 or 5 houses or
Yeah, I think it's
whatever?
like 4 houses on that
Yeah.
compound.
So, I mean, they're still living on the same compound together, but they haven't been living in the same house forever. So that's why she was confused about all the husband and wife talk and everything. And, you weren't confused.
And if I was him, I would let her have the compound.
Yeah.
Go on and get you better do it now. You better do it now. Go on and get a divorce. Let her have that compound.
And just go
If
on.
y'all in California or wherever y'all out, you're gonna have to give her 50%.
Yeah, so
Go
just
on
let her
and
have
give her
that.
50% and go make 2 movies.
Mm-hmm. You'll be straight.
And you're gonna recoup it.
Mm-hmm.
Go make 2 movies and recoup it. Your kids is grown, you don't order no child support. You're gonna probably have to pay her a pretty penny.
Oh yeah.
But give it to her up front. Go on and let her waste her life away.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna be saying, child, she probably got a shrine to Tupac. I bet you
And
any
I'm
amount of
not
money
even
she
gonna say
does.
you gotta remarry. If you really felt like that because you had already been divorced, and see, he really needs therapy because something in his mind is telling him that divorce is making him a failure.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why he doesn't want to get a divorce.
Oh, it has
But
to
let
be.
me tell you something, you're a bigger failure because you're choosing to stay in a situation that is serving you nothing.
Nothing.
It's bringing you grief and misery.
Look at you.
That you have disguised as loyalty
Mm-hmm.
and as a relationship. She does not feel that she owes you anything.
No, because look at
She'll
her.
probably say it behind closed doors, but you got to go off the face that she's showing you in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
People gonna tell you anything behind closed doors.
Oh yeah.
But she does not publicly care about your reputation.
She doesn't care.
She
doesn't
barely care
respect
about
you.
her own.
I mean, listen.
So she don't care about yours.
No.
And you the breadwinner and she don't care about yours. Think about that.
Mm.
She ain't got no what? Tell me where the money she made. She ain't got no.
When was the last time she was on a series? When was the last time she did a movie? What was
The
that?
last time I think she was on a series was Hawthorne
Yeah.
on Lifetime.
Yep. That was all I remember. And then the last
And
movie
what
she
the
did was
streets
Girls
was
Trip.
saying, now the streets said she had to get off Hawthorne because she was fucking Mark Anthony. Now that's what the streets was saying. That's why the streets said the show went off.
Hey, if she was,
I remember that.
if she was giving it up to August Alsina, she was probably all up in Mark Anthony. Come on now.
Because her and Mark Anthony was like love interest on the show.
Yeah.
And from what they say, and let me tell you something, Hawthorne is one series that Lifetime done buried.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see no
hide nor hair.
It was a good show.
Show was. We couldn't understand it. But from what the streets was saying,
that makes perfect sense.
They was having an affair.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the show went off.
And like you said, they buried it because they don't show any repeats of it. At least I haven't seen.
You ain't seen none of it.
And I don't go on the app, or on demand, so I don't know if they have it on there or not.
And she married to a man who got the power to kill it.
Yep.
And I think she probably resents him for that too.
Oh,
because he has a lucrative career while she stayed home and raised children.
Yep. Because I'm not going to front.
She probably is really happy that she got Red Table Talking. Now she's like,
Yeah, because before that, I mean, let's keep it real. Before they got together, Jada was a household name. Like people knew who Jada Pinkett was.
But she wasn't a star.
No, she wasn't no Halle Berry or Angela Bassett, but we knew who she was.
She was like,
she had some
black
supporting
TV
roles.
Show girl.
Yeah, and and then she did Jason's Lyric was a good movie. A Low Down Dirty Shame. Menace to Society. So so she was in some classics.
Yeah.
But she didn't have a lead role, but but we knew who she was.
Yeah.
And she probably does feel bitter because she probably feels like she could have done a lot more if she wouldn't have been at home raising kids. But I mean, that's on you too.
You was having unprotected sex with that man.
I mean, even before y'all got married. Yeah.
So what did you? When people say stuff like this, or when things like this happen, I always ask myself, well, what do you think was gonna happen?
I mean, come on now.
I'm just curious. When you're having unprotected sex, what exactly do you believe the outcomes are going to be?
Right.
I think the first thing you think is pregnancy.
Yeah,
I don't think everybody thinks STD.
No,
right away.
No.
But if you're a woman, the first thing you think is pregnancy.
You should. Well, one of the things.
And if you're a woman also, and you was born in the 80s, in the 80 or 77, 78, 79, the first thing you think about is AIDS. I'm just telling you.
That's it.
But I don't know where she came up with that. Baby.
She's a mess.
Sex bring babies. I tell my 16-year-old that.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Honey, sex bring babies.
Yeah.
It's a high possibility. And especially when you young, you fertile.
Yep.
And they was young.
Yeah, they were in their early 20s still, I think. Or
no,
probably she probably was in her mid, and he was probably in his late 20s. But still, still.
Maybe them eggs fertile.
Listen, that's young.
Yeah. Whew. So.
Yeah, I
don't know what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, because look at y'all now. And Will, like I said, he hasn't said anything.
I'm be praying for him.
That's it.
I've heard other men use those terms like, you don't want to get a divorce because you've been divorced before, or you don't want to, and it's like
men got an ego. It's like you failed.
Don't tie yourself to something that doesn't service you.
Right.
I don't think any of us should be doing that.
No.
Not just marriage, friendships, jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tie yourself to something that keeps you miserable.
Right.
You're keeping yourself bound
Because look at him.
to
I mean,
misery.
when you see Will Smith, he just like his eyes are like dead.
Oh my
Like he has no
God.
life in his eyes. And especially now. Like if you were to see him now, I mean, it's just like the life has just been drained out of him completely. He has like what they call him, like sad eyes or something like that. Like,
Yeah. I just hope that he has like, because everybody got that one friend.
mm-hmm,
I just hope he has that one friend that's like two of them get in a
mm-hmm,
tight space and just talk about it. Like, look, dude,
mm-hmm.
be honest with him. I hope his friend is honest with him.
Yeah.
Because now you ruin it. You still young, man. What is he, 50
Yeah,
something?
he's what? Well, got to be like what, 51 or 52 now.
Like you still got a lot of career to go.
Mm-hmm.
Robert De Niro still working.
And having kids.
I mean, think about that. He got like a 10-month-old.
Yeah. Still
You
out here
got a
working, and he's in his 70s.
you got a whole nother life that
Mm-hmm.
you could live and God could flourish it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tie yourself. And this go for anybody. I ain't just talking about him now.
Right.
If you are out there and you have yourself bound to something that you know is tearing you down, and it may not be physically abusing you, but the mental toll that it's taking on your life, y'all, life is short.
Yes.
Like, it's people just leaving.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, you got to do what makes you happy.
Right.
And I'm not talking about happy from a selfish point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about happy like feeding your spirit,
Yeah.
you
People
know.
get the two confused.
Yeah, I'm not talking about happy like, oh, I don't care about nobody. I'm talking about happy where your soul is happy,
Mm-hmm.
where your spirit feels warm.
Yeah, because I mean it's cliche, it's a old saying, whatever you want to call it, but you can't make anybody else happy if you're not happy.
No, you can't. And
So,
you got to be, it's a scripture that says, whatever state you in, to be content. And we have lost the ability to be content in spaces, because see, we kind of judge happiness by, oh, I got a big house, oh, I got a
mm-hmm.
big car. um Sometimes happiness is solitude.
Yeah.
you know it is, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay, because that's just the season that you are in your life.
Right.
Everything has seasons. But baby, I hope that man get away from that
I
woman.
hope so too. ASAP, because this is sad. It's just like at the point right now where I mean it was just like, okay, I saw one thing and then it just kept going. And every day it was something. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm sick of this bitch. I'm sick of her.
Oh yeah, I'm through with her. That's it.
Yeah.
That was, it was already, I was through with you, and was really pissed at y'all too when y'all was out here cheering her on for sleeping with that little boy.
Listen.
Because it's, to me, it's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all letting them dog Angie Stone for D'Angelo being 19 and she was 30. What
She
was
was
she, 37?
something
How old
like
was she?
that. She was at least 15, 20 years older than him.
So yeah, all dogged Angie Stone, and here we go again with this colorism.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like y'all dog Angie Stone because of the way she looked.
I mean, come on now, yeah.
But see, y'all was cool with Jada Pinkett sleeping with that little boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And y'all was cheering it on. And oh, well, she got her groove back and all that type of
yeah.
stuff. Y'all sick. But y'all the same people who's telling us to crucify R. Kelly. Ladies, I need y'all to wake up. It's getting weird out here.
It's been weird, girl.
Like, what are y'all doing? Oh, that
Mm-mm.
just that really had me looking side eye at a whole bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I really start putting people on a 30-day snooze. Because that turned my stomach.
Oh.
And that boy admitted that he had mental health issues.
Yes, and she knew it. That's why.
Oh,
That's one of the reasons why they took him, quote unquote, took him in.
oh my God.
Ooh.
And she probably the whole time was like, ooh, he's sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. And that's your son's friend.
Just nasty.
That was your son's friend. Oh, and y'all be somewhere cheering for her. So then y'all make me feel like y'all sleep with y'all son's friend.
Oh, Girl, come on now.
Bye. Y'all have a great week. And we just hope that something was said or done, like they said in church. We just hope that something was said or done that change your way of thinking.
That part. Amen.
I mean, really, we have got to do better. I think every day we should be striving to be the best us.
Mm.
So again, you can find us at girl underscore you know what, at Wellness and Women, at DannieBSpeaks, and at the Pink Box TKB. So thank you for joining us on this episode, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.